Holy smokes everyone, right now gold and silver is falling and you're probably wanting to know what's behind it. Well, this is a quick update to tell you exactly why gold and silver is falling, what's behind it, and what we can expect in the future. So ladies and gentlemen, let's not waste any time. Let's hit the charts. Okay everyone, as I'm recording this, you can see here gold has fallen off a cliff, falling from around $1,848 down to right now at around $1,817. So it's down around 1.76%, and it did hit a low of around 2% today. Now if I bring up the silver charts, we can see here, and this is normally the case, normally when there's a big sell-off in gold, we see silver getting hit more. Silver is down around 2.25% today as well. Now this is a pretty big hit for gold, which is known as a low volatility asset. So again, what is causing this drop, everyone? Today I covered a video on this, and if you missed it, go ahead and check that out. I did a video on the Federal Reserve about the latest updates they announced with what they're going to be doing with monetary policy going forward. What you have to know is first, for commodities, what's normally a good environment for commodities is high inflation and loose monetary policy, and also low interest rates, because it causes the dollar to fall. And remember, all commodities are priced in dollars, so we have to figure out what exactly happened in the dollar index today. Let's hit the charts. Have a look at this everyone. This is the US dollar index. Now as we can see, it's been steadily increasing over the past 5 days. But look at this here, right after the Federal Reserve meeting, it spiked. We can see this spike here from around 96 cents, and it went all the way up to 96.5 cents. So that's about a 0.6% increase. And if we look over the past 6 months, the dollar has continued to gain strength. So again, going back to what the Federal Reserve announced today, they announced they're going to be lifting interest rates in March. They're no longer going to be doing quantitative easing, and they're going to be selling off the asset purchases. And this means the dollar is going to increase. Now this doesn't mean your purchasing power isn't going to keep getting devalued like it has been, but it means the dollar is going to increase against other fiat currencies which are losing value. And also what could be coming, like what we saw in 2020, is margin calls. Now what some investors do is they buy stocks on margin and they hold gold as a hedge. But when the stock market sells off massively, people have to sell their gold to cover their positions. And this is something I've been warning about for months now, that when the Federal Reserve finally does get around to it, and they're definitely way too late, when they finally do get around to tapering the assets, all assets are going to lose value and the dollar is going to increase. So over the short term, we could continue to see price declines for gold and silver. But what is also happening, and what's signaling in the bond market, is the yield curve is starting to flatten. What that means is the yield between the 2-year treasury and the 10-year treasury is starting to get closer and closer. And it flattened in 2019, and then we had the recession in 2020. Now it hasn't flattened or inverted yet, but it is getting closer and closer. And what that normally signals again is a recession. So while short term this could be bad on gold and silver, when things really hit the fan, when the stock market crashes, and if the economy does enter a recession, then people are going to flock back to store of values and safety like gold and silver. So to put it simply, rising interest rates and a rising dollar is bad for commodities, but if it leads to a recession, over the long term, this is bullish for gold and silver. Because again, this is what we saw exactly in March of 2020, right before we saw a huge rally in gold and silver. But everyone, that was just a quick update with what's going on in the gold and silver market and some of my thoughts. What do you think's behind this? Let me know. Now, for all my loyal viewers and subscribers still watching, you're awesome. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.